Yes, ahoy! Ahoy, me mateys. Ahoy. It is time. Grapple Chat is on the air. NXT review for the edition that happened today. That's when I'm filming it. Of course, if you're live, you know this. It is July the 11th, 2018. NXT. My goodness, man. This episode was almost too much. Almost too much for me. It really got me to that point where I was like, dude, we gotta take a breather here. We gotta take a breather because it was just so good from start to finish, and that is, it's not a rarity for NXT, but when you see hours and hours of content per week from the WWE, that really doesn't tickle my fancy a whole lot. Like a lot of it's fun. Don't get me wrong. The WWE puts on fun stuff. The whole Braun Strowman uh, putting Kevin Owens in a porta potty or whatever. That stuff's fun, but is it spectacular wrestling programming? I don't know, man. I mean, as long as I've been watching wrestling, there have been zany things that have happened here and there. But I feel like the WWE is hanging a lot of their enjoyment that we're supposed to be getting. They're hanging a lot of it on those zany moments instead of hanging it on good wrestling and good in-ring presentation and storytelling and rivalries, feuds, and just the good stuff, the stuff that's supposed to fill the gaps between the zany things, okay? And honestly, I think the zany things should be the stuff that fills the gaps. It shouldn't be the stuff that sends people home happy. You should be going home happy because you saw a great wrestling show that had some, funny moments or some hype moments, stuff like this that are different than just the wrestling. But man, NXT really is hammering this home. Okay, let me first give some roll call to people who are here because I film this show live every single time that anything WWE is on TV or on the network. So that's any live programming. So that's Raw, that's SmackDown, that's NXT, that's this Sunday for Extreme Rules. 15 minutes after the event, I'm live. I'm live here. So thank you to everybody who is here live, unless I'm not streaming that day because of some other obligation, of course, because life comes first. So I got Tails the Fox in the chat. I got Kid Phantom in the chat. I got Skull Crusher. Skull Cruncher. Crunching and crushing. Is there a difference between crunching and crushing? We might have to have this conversation, guys. SkullCrusherPrincess 45. Temezi 123. Who else? I see Hawkeye. Hawkeye KJ1. Last name. You cannot forget that last part there. You got to put that last name on there. Did I say Kid Phantom? Kid Phantom V3 is in the house as well. My goodness. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thanks for being part of this. OG Spade was here a second ago. OG King Spade was in the house too. I see people. I see you. I see you guys. I see you. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm here at NXT, guys. If you can't tell, you can see the ring back there. I told everybody, get out. It was hard to get them out after this show, but I told them, you got to leave because I got to film the thing. And they were like, yes, Gritty. Yes, Gritty. And they left. So I got the whole place to myself now, and I can still smell the excitement. I can smell. Well, I smell like the smell of the sea for some reason. This is a very sea heavy episode of NXT. So let's get right into it and start recapping some of this. Having way too much fun today. All right, so NXT, July 11th, 2018 edition of NXT. Started off, we saw Adam Cole. The first thing they showed, I thought Adam Cole was going to be further into this fight card, but nope. Right off the bat, we got Adam Cole. Danny Burch comes out. Of course, Adam Cole gets Adam Cole, baby. It was thunderous as normal. I don't know how so few people in Full Sail can make such a thunderous sound, but they just do it every single time. It's such a great crowd a lot of the time. I don't want to say all the time because I remember a couple episodes somewhat recently as well where it was just like you could hear a pin drop. But also they film like 3 or 4 episodes at one time, so those might have been episodes where the crowd had already been sitting there for like 2.5 hours and they're like, come on, man, can we wrap this up? Because that's how they film at NXT, guys. They don't do it all. They don't do it live today. They film 4 episodes, three or 4 episodes. I think it varies, but they film them back to back. So Adam Cole comes out, he wrestles, then, you know, we get the whole show that you just saw, but then the people don't just go home after that. The people who are in the arena and the people sitting there all around and the wrestlers, they stay there and they film another episode, and then they film another episode. So that's part of the reason why you don't see the same superstars over and over, back to back to back to back on these episodes, because man, they can't be pulling these type of matches 3 times in one night. They need a little bit of rest. Um, so some of why the crowd isn't as hyped sometimes might just be because it was like the 3rd hour of filming, and it was like, dude, I'm cool. I need to get home. I'm getting tired. So most of the time they do the dang thing though. This crowd was no exception today. They killed it. Adam Cole and Danny Burch, same thing. They were, gosh, man, the brutality that was on display here was just front and center from the very beginning. Adam Cole dominated a lot of the early match. They let Danny Burch get some offense in. Of course, he's raining all kinds of damage on Adam Cole. He's hitting him with headbutts, just the brutal stuff. You know, the brutal stuff. Elbows, just kicks are ringing throughout the entire arena. Everything's just it's the sweet sounds of people getting utterly destroyed in a wrestling ring that just set this place on fire earlier. And eventually, Adam Cole, he he brings it up a level in his intensity. He pulls down his knee pad, runs up and knees Shining Wizard. Okay, Shining Wizard to the back of the head of Danny Burch, just cleans his clock, knocks him out. 1, 2, 3, game over. Um, Adam Cole, the North American champion, continues to look good, but they did let Danny Burch get in a lot of good offense here. So altogether, I don't have a complaint in this match. These two are just like quality, okay? You know, it's like when you have your favorite cereal, okay, and you go to the store and you have it on the list, okay? It's on the list. You're like, pick up the cereal, and so you get the cereal, and as soon as you put it into the cart, it's already like out of your mind. You're just like, okay, cool. I know cereal's taken care of because this cereal is always quality. When you get home, you're not worried about, oh man, is it gonna be? I don't know, man. I don't know about the cereal this time. Maybe I shouldn't. No. As soon as you put it in the basket, you're like, yes, that's my cereal. All right, on to the next thing. You don't even have a worry in your mind about the cereal situation, except for, is there enough milk at home? Did I forget milk? Am I forgetting milk? That's the only thing you have to worry about. And when Adam Cole and Danny Burch are in the ring, it's just like that cereal. I'm just like, okay, everything's good, man. Is there milk? Is there milk? Like, that's it. Nothing. I'm not worried about anything. These two kill it, and they killed it again. 'Twas fun. 'Twas a good match, and Adam Cole stood tall at the end of that. Then we saw Candice LeRae walking outside in the parking lot, and I'm like, oh, Candice LeRae looks like she's having a good day. You know, she's just looking happy-go-lucky. And then she sees Shayna Baszler leaning up against a semi-truck. I guess that's just what Shayna does when she's not having a wrestling match. She just stands there in her leather jacket up against a truck. Like, yeah, that's right. I rule this place. And so Candice LeRae walks up to her and is like, hey, what's up? And then and then Shayna Baszler's like, why don't you just stick to what you're good at, just being a cute little sidekick? And then Candice LeRae just slaps her across the face, and then that leads to a brawl. They have a pull apart brawl in the parking lot, which is great. Okay, I've seen the pull apart brawl on Raw. I've seen the pull apart brawl on Raw, and it's tongue twister day, man. I gotta say, all the tongue twisters. And that wasn't as effective as this was, because you saw two people who just want to hurt each other because they just want to hurt each other. They didn't need much of a storyline. That all she had to do was just say something abrasive, and Candice LeRae was already on edge, obviously, because of the stuff that's been happening with her husband, and just her having to unleash this it's about me, it's my time, I'm gonna get my career going, which is a little weird, but whatever. We're not gonna talk about that. I promised myself I wouldn't get involved. I'm not getting involved. So she slaps the taste out of Shayna Baszler's mouth, and then they have a brawl. They finally pull it apart, but I don't know if this is really leading towards what's about to happen next week, but we're going to talk about what's happening next week as well. So that was a cool segment. Then we got Kairi Sane versus Vanessa Bourne. Vanessa Bourne comes out first, and I think they changed her theme music because I don't like it anymore. Normally, when I like a song, I stick with it. Like, I'm still listening to albums I bought like 10 years ago, guys. Okay, and people are like, "Grady, you're still listening to that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still listening to that because it's good stuff." What do you? Is there like some sort of like expiration date on good songs? No, the expiration date on a good song is the fact that it's not good if it expires. Okay, good songs are forever. All right, I'm still listening to Mozart and stuff. What? And Mozart's old now. It's not good. It went bad. It's bad. It don't taste good in your ears. Give me a break. All right. So anyway, I'm getting blurry. Focus. Focus. There we go. Aha. Ooh. You see the powers? Don't tell anybody I have powers. Okay, guys. Don't tell anybody I have powers. I just showed you something that I shouldn't have shown you. Now it's on the internet. Oh gosh. All right, well, whatever. If the government comes trying to get me, man, you know where I went. You guys better come try to look for me. So yeah, I don't like her theme song anymore. I don't know if they changed it up. It just doesn't. It's not epic, man. She had an old theme song. What was it? I gotta find it after this because that theme song. I remember there was one thing about her that really stuck out in my head. And that was her theme music, and I even wrote it down while we were watching the Mae Young Classic, I think it was, and her theme song came on, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Um, so I don't know. Maybe it just sounds different now. I don't know. But anyway, all right. So Kairi Sane comes out, and it's super corny, man. Captain Gritty, yep. I got powers, all right. Speaking of Captain Gritty and the awesome adventures of Captain Gritty in the Life is Strange universe, there was the awesome adventures of Captain Kairi, Captain Kairi Sane, the pirate, dude. I can't stop laughing at this because it's so corny. I actually came up with a name for her today, Corny Sane. Okay, Corny Sane, because it's so corny that like I think it's getting to that level where it might just not even matter anymore, to where I'm just like, oh, okay, that's just how she is, I guess. But I just don't believe it yet, It's not believable to me. It's like, do you really walk around like that? I don't think so, man. I don't think she's like, "Aye, hey, ahoy! Fetch me a pint of your finest Guinness. Hey, me mateys. Come on, sit down, you scallywags." Like, I just don't think she's anything like that. I don't think she even knows how to sail a boat. But we'll find out. Maybe someday they'll have some really cool like WWE 24 about Kairi Sane, the ultimate truth about Kairi Sane, and it shows her and she's actually like out there fishing the seas and tugging a net full of fish back to the market to sell it, and she's hijacking some people out of their boats, and it's like, and she's getting pulled over by the Coast Guard, and they're like, "Kairi, we told you about this," and she's like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't think that's ever gonna happen though." So anyway, Kairi Sane and Vanessa Bourne, they have themselves one heck of a match here. I actually enjoyed this match, which is one of the first times. I've enjoyed some of Kairi Sane's matches in NXT, but she's getting better subtly. I'm seeing the subtle improvements. She's actually selling throughout the entire match today. During this episode, at least, I hope it continues. But during this episode, she was actually selling. Vanessa Bourne unleashed a holy heck of a lot of damage on her back. She had her hung up on the ropes on the outside, kicking her in the back, and in one heck of a spot. I loved it. The brutality from Vanessa Bourne really brought out some of the brutality from Kairi Sane, but in a believable fashion, because she didn't just snap out of all the damage and destroy Vanessa Bourne. Even though she did win, I don't think her winning was the main part that I want to talk about here. What I want to talk about is that Vanessa Bourne looked like $1,000,000. She wrestled like $1,000,000. She did a great job. They made her look strong. She didn't just get squashed by the next best thing, Kairi Sane. And Kairi Sane didn't just come out and just take her out. Ultimately, she did in the end, but she had to have an uphill battle, and it looked convincing. She was actually holding her back. She was actually selling. When she tried to do her little corny stomps around the ring, she didn't have that same thunder, and she wasn't waving her arms around. She was just like, my back, oh, my back, jeez. These stomps aren't easy when I'm actually acting like I should in a wrestling match. So she's stomping around, and then she gets the sliding elbow straight to the chest, or is it a lariat? I think it's like a sliding lariat to the chest of Vanessa Bourne, and then she goes up top. She looks like she's gonna hit her with the botchy elbow that she normally does. Kairi Sane gets up on top. Vanessa Bourne ruins that. Kairi Sane She ends up going for a pin, but then Vanessa Bourne kicks out of it. She turns her over, wraps both of Vanessa Bourne's legs around each other, so she's like crisscross, but she's laying on her stomach. Kairi Sane grabs both of her heels and just leans all the way back slowly, just slowly leans all the way back until Kairi Sane's head is touching the mat behind her, and Vanessa Bourne is folded in half all the way like this, dude. It's incredible. It's an incredible visual. And the ref just calls the match. I didn't even see Vanessa Bourne tapping until the ref had already told the match is over. He's like, "No, the match is over. Match is over." Then I saw Vanessa Bourne tapping. But man, it was awesome to see Kairi Sane selling, not being as corny, and winning a match without that elbow, because that elbow is whackness to me. Okay, the elbow is not the best. It's a lariat. There you go. There you go. It's a lariat. So, oh, what's up, Blueprint? Welcome, welcome. So Kairi Sane gets the win in a match that I was actually smiling afterwards. Normally when Kairi Sane wins, I'm like I got that "you're a mean one, Mr. Grit." Like I'm just this Grinch about her, man. But it's because I expect better, okay? And I'm getting it now. So obviously she's getting told something backstage. Obviously she's getting coaching. Obviously she's getting into the swing of the rhythm of what it is to be in the WWE style of wrestling. And she's meshing better with her in ring competition, her selling, all that stuff. So it's not that I'm crazy, because obviously, if everything she was doing since she got here was working, she'd be wrestling just like she was when she got here. So you guys are seeing the direct result of what I was talking about. She needs to be less corny. She needs to sell more. She needs to win off of something else, because that elbow is not working for me. It looks cool. Yeah, she's going to keep winning matches off it. I'm not saying she's going to stop, but it was cool to see her get a victory without it. So just all together, good stuff from Kairi Sane and Vanessa Bourne. It was advertised that Aleister Black was going to be on the show. So I'm like, okay, what are they gonna do with Aleister Black? Is he gonna walk around with his vest on again? Because that's pretty much all that Aleister Black has been doing. Just walk around with your vest on, and that's it. Well, he was walking around. I don't think he had a vest on this time. I think he just had a regular dress shirt. He's still dressed to impress, but he did not have a vest on his chest. He's backstage. They're interviewing him, and then Johnny Gargano appears out of nowhere and is like, "You can't let him win. You can't let Tommaso win. If Tommaso wins, oh, he can't have the championship." Johnny's just out of his mind, and I like it because it's a continuation of what we've been seeing. So I know I make it sound whack, but it's not. It's pretty good. He did a pretty good job. He wasn't saying it all like shaky like that. But anyway, I'm just playing it up because whatever. She's evolving. Yeah, I hope so, man. So Johnny Gargano catches not Tommaso Ciampa, Aleister Black backstage, and he's like, "Don't let him win, dude, because in 2 weeks, Aleister Black is going to fight against Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT Championship." So Johnny's like, "I'm warning you, man, I'm warning you." And then all of a sudden, he's like, "Okay, bye." Okay, I gotta go. No, actually, Aleister Black was like, "All right, gotta go." He's like, "All right, you crazy dude, I'll see you later. All right, Johnny, you're not yourself recently. I'm just gonna go now." So Aleister Black walks through this door, and then out of nowhere comes Tommaso Ciampa. He's like, boom, boom, starts beating up Aleister Black backstage, and then, oh my goodness, dude, this is probably not the most. Yeah, this might be the headshot trauma of the night award right here. Oh my goodness. Tommaso Ciampa puts Aleister Black, he drapes him across like a gurney or like a table. I don't know what that was. It was set up just for that spot apparently, but drapes him across it, gets him in the DDT position, and I'm looking at the screen like, nah, he's gonna reverse this. He's got to reverse this because I'm looking at the floor. I'm seeing the floor that they're on, and it's that type of concrete, guys. You know the type of concrete I'm talking about, where the concrete is so hard that it's shiny. Like they literally can shine the concrete because it's so hard and just no give at all, man. You can't just shine up regular concrete. Regular concrete has some give to it. Like if you fall on a sidewalk, it's gonna hurt. But if you fall on a shiny piece of freaking a slab of concrete that's shined up real nice, turn that sideways and then no, it's shined up real nice. He DDTs him. He actually draping DDTs Aleister Black's forehead straight into the freaking shiny concrete. Are you serious? Like, I'm just looking at it like, you should go back and watch my live reaction if you've not already seen it, guys. I do live reactions. Maybe you don't know, but my name is Gritty Urban, and I do live reactions to WWE programming anytime NXT is on, Raw is on, SmackDown is on, or there's a pay-per-view. You can count on me. Well, most of the time, unless there's some family stuff, because life comes first. But still, Gritty Urban will be there. You should check out my live reaction. You'll see my face. You should see my face when Aleister Black's face hit the concrete's face. It was horrifying, but I was laughing too because I'm like, jeez, man, NXT is really doing it today. They were doing it up, man. I was losing my mind. Ay, ay, ay. Johnny was giving Aleister Black a horror movie farmer guy warning. What? Aleister Fresh Black, yeah. Oh, he's always looking fresh. There's nothing wrong with his freshness, but it's like, dude, do something. He did something tonight. He's at the local medical facility. That's what he did. He took a trip straight from Full Sail to the medical facility. So that was the end of that segment. I'm like, all right, I guess Aleister Black is not gonna address the yellow and black brand. And then we got ourselves. I don't think there was any other backstage segment, was there? Not one that's coming to mind, but there might have been like one more backstage segment that I don't know about. Oh, they did announce that next week we're getting a fatal 4-way for the #1 contendership over the NXT Women's Championship. Kairi Sane cut a promo in the ring after her victory, saying that she was going to win the Women's Championship off of Shayna Baszler, and it was pretty funny. But they announced that next week it is going to be Kairi Sane, Nikki Cross, Candice LeRae, and Dakota Kai, I think that's the 4 for the #1 contendership. A fatal 4-way to find out who will be the #1 contender who will be facing Shayna Baszler at SummerSlam weekend or at NXT TakeOver. That match is going to be cool to me. I know we're a bit away from NXT TakeOver, so hopefully there's some sort of drama that's going to build up behind the scenes, and they'll make it like a triple threat or something as we go closer to NXT TakeOver. Because I'm not sure how easy it'll be to build a. Actually, it's best that they have a long time for this. I take that all back. It's best that they have a long time, because if it's gonna be Candice LeRae, which Bianca Belair. It's Bianca Belair. It's not Dakota Kai. It's Bianca Belair. There you go. Yeah. Thank you, Kid Phantom. But I just remembered, like, as soon as I was saying that, I'm like, wait, it's Bianca Belair. Okay, so it's Kairi Sane, Nikki Cross, Candice LeRae, and Bianca Belair. That's the 4 that are in the fatal 4-way. Sorry, guys. But I just watched it. Okay, just watched it. There's a lot on my mind. All right, and I don't really take notes. I figure if it doesn't stick out in my head enough to remember it, and if I can't find it on WWE's website, then okay. Candice would be a good #1 contender. I agree with that as well, and they did build it up a little bit tonight. They built that. They built Kairi. We didn't see Nikki Cross at all. All I saw was Nikki Cross in that graphic. There was no Nikki Cross on the show, and Bianca Belair was not on the show either, which tells me that next week we might see some Bianca Belair, or we might see some Nikki Cross in action, which would be great. I would like that very much. But the more time, what I was saying is, the more time that they give these 4 women to build towards Shayna Baszler, the better. Because I need to see one of them be a believable opponent. Because right now I don't believe anybody's beaten Shayna Baszler. All right, it's the way that they've built her, the people she's beat, the way that she's won. I don't see anybody beating her, so it's good that they're giving it enough time. Okay, so I was gonna be upset about it, but I'm not. I think it's perfect. I think that they need time to build these other women up, and that should always be on the agenda, you know. But they got to beat somebody. So then we got our main event, or the last event of NXT today, and this was, man, I can't do it justice by talking about it. I cannot. It was the NXT Tag Team Champions, Mustache Mountain, versus the rematch clause flexing Undisputed Era. consisting of 2 members of the Undisputed Era, Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. So it is Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, in a barn burner. You want to talk about the farmer? The farmer burnt his barn because he wasn't paying attention. He was watching NXT when he should have been watching how the controlled burn of his field was going. Okay, the farmer was trying to burn his field down so that he could plant new crops. But NXT came on and he burned his whole barn down because there was no way. If you tuned into NXT and you're watching this tag match, there's no way you were thinking about anything else. You let the coffee burn. You let the whole house is filled with smoke because you were baking a pie. It's over with. That pie is done. I don't know, man. You forgot to do everything when this match was on because these guys, they killed it 10 ways from Sunday. If we see anything, speaking of Sunday, if we see anything like this tag team match this Sunday at Extreme Rules, I will love it. This match didn't need a weapon, it didn't need a gimmick, it didn't need a table, it didn't need a ladder, it didn't need a chair, it didn't need a cage, it didn't need a shark cage, it didn't need first blood, last blood, first Rambo, it didn't need none of that. This match literally was just a tag match. That's it. Regular tag, not tornado tag, nothing. And these guys tore the freaking house down. We're going to have to rebuild this place. There are holes in the roof here at Full Sail right now. That's all I'm really going to tell you guys about it. You've got to watch this match. It was just the second I start telling you exactly how it went or trying to articulate it is the second that I fail as a commentator and as a reviewer. Okay, the reason to watch a review in my head, there's 2 reasons. That's to see if somebody agrees or disagrees with you, or if you should partake in a certain experience, or to find out what they thought. Okay, these are the 3 reasons you should watch a review in my head. Or it's just got really cool presentation and you just want to hear some funny jokes, or that. So 4 reasons. All right, maybe you just want to have a good time. Maybe you want to know if they agree or disagree with you. You want to know that particular person's opinion about something, or you want a recap to know if you should watch it yourself. So yes, okay, yes, you should watch it yourself. Yes, it was everything I'm telling you it is. It was an incredible tag team match, probably one of the best tag team matches of this year. Mustache Mountain never lets you down. Roderick Strong never lets you down but recently he never lets you down. He never lets you down in the ring, and that's pretty much all he's got to do now. Plus, I've been liking his vicious attitude recently. And Kyle O'Reilly, dude, this guy is quickly becoming one of my favorite parts of the WWE roster as a whole, and I'm glad that they signed him up and they're not letting him go off and do all this other stuff. Just keep him a WWE superstar. This guy is magic in the ring. I love his facial expressions, just the way that he moves from move to move. You never know if he's going to do just the norm or if he's going to take it up a notch. He hit a brain buster tonight that would just look like he was about to kill somebody. And I just got to tell you guys, watch this match. All right, watch this match. If you did not see it, watch it. I'm not even going to tell you who won. I'm not going to tell you who lost. I'm just going to say, watch it. All right, watch it, watch it, watch it. These, I'm caring about you guys by not telling you anything about this match other than a brain buster. Really great match, really great. 2 incredible tag teams, and I'm looking forward to seeing some more of just anything that these 2 teams are doing in the future. Overall, this episode of NXT, if I'm gonna rate it out of 10, which I hope you guys will rate it out of 10 in the chat as well. So let me know what you guys thought, and also in the comment section below, if you're watching this after the fact, leave me a comment on what you thought of this episode of NXT and what your rating would be, or what you thought of my review, or what you think of my setup, or whatever. Just if you want to talk, just leave a comment. I'll probably catch you there, unless I'm busy. But hey, it's worth a try. It's worth a really good try. Leave a comment. All right, so let's find out. What does the chat think? I'm gonna ask you guys first before I give you my my review, because normally once I say something, then people start kind of falling into the same type of rating as me, and I want to see if we agree. Just got back from 7-Eleven. Oh yes, 7-Eleven's giving away free Slurpees today. Are they the tiny ones that they gave me last time I went there? That's what I gotta know. What do you guys think? Out of 10, what's your rating? Everybody in here, let me know. $8.5. 8.5. NXtastic. 7.9. SkullCrusherPrincess is a hard. She's a hard cookie to crack with the show. Apparently, 7.9. That's still a good rating. FinnishViking says 8.8. I like it. I like it. I'm seeing these ratings. My rating overall. NXT. If you missed this, did you miss things? Yes. If you missed this, did you miss great wrestling? Yes. If you missed this, did you miss storyline? Yes. Was there great in-ring action? Yes. Was there great out-of-ring action? Yeah, there was some. Show's less than an hour long too, guys. Think about that. Less than an hour long, and it's just fresh, man. It's fresh as heck. I'm gonna give it 8.9. I think this was one of the better episodes of NXT. How could it be better? How could it be better? I mean, we had a title match. I don't know, man. You'd be hard pressed to put on a better show in an hour, but I'm still gonna give it a less than a 9 because I still, there are some elements of this that are not believable yet. It's got to build. It's got to build towards something, towards me believing more in some of these superstars. But overall, yeah, 8.9, man. It's just a sliver before a 9.0, and NXT just consistently is one of my favorite parts of the week. It's consistently pretty much my favorite part of the week. When it comes to wrestling, gosh, man, and the superstars they're pulling this off with, it's not even like The Rock has to come out or Stone Cold. Oh my God, there was a big return today. They don't have to have any of that. I'm not constantly like looking up the ramp hoping that somebody comes to save NXT from being a mediocre show this week. You know, I'm not constantly hoping that one particular superstar or some nostalgia act comes out from backstage to revive a show, and they're not just hanging their hat on one feel good moment for us to go home on and say, "Oh, that was a good show tonight. Remember that part where we got to laugh at that guy who was in the porta potty? Remember that part where Daniel Bryan was like he pretended like he was Kane? Oh, that was so funny. Yep, that was a good show." No, they don't have to hang their hat on these it's kind of like just cop out tactics instead of putting on a great wrestling show. A lot of what I'm seeing on the main roster is just trying to hang its hat on these like feel good moments to send you home happy or something instead of actually putting on a very compelling and great show. So overall, NXT kills it. 8.9, almost a 9, I would say. Just a little bit more of these athletes. I just think it'd have to be a longer show, honestly. I'm not sure there could be a 10 out of 10 episode of NXT. It's possible. I invite them to try, but I don't know, man. It's so short, and they got so much that they would have to do in that less than an hour. What are other people saying? I see 8.5 from Blueprint. I see 8.5 from Tails. Some guy was dressed as a hot dog and singing about hot dogs. Maybe they're trying to get people to like their hot dogs. Maybe they're trying to do the IHOP thing where they change their gimmick up to make people talk about it. Maybe that's what 7-Eleven's up to. 7-Eleven, it's about hot dogs now. Forget the Slurpees, we got the hot dogs, yo. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're up to. Who knows? But thank you guys very much for joining me for the 7-Eleven episode of NXT, and thank you to all the people who hung out with me for the live reaction live stream. Do not forget, I do those for pretty much every show. I'll be doing it for Extreme Rules this Sunday, guys. The show kicks off at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. If you go over to my YouTube channel right now and you click on that event, you can click set reminder to where it'll just send you an email or just notify you as soon as the show goes live, so you guys don't have to worry about, what did you say, Eastern Pacific, what, Central Standard, what Greenwich, what, hang on, what? Don't even worry about that. Just click the event, click set reminder, and make sure to leave a thumbs up on that broadcast as well. I'll be seeing you guys for Extreme Rules, and I'll be doing Grapple Chat afterwards. So it's gonna be an eventful evening. I hope they do a percentage, even even 50% of the excellent performance that I saw tonight out of every single one of these matches will be good enough for me. And if you add in some, some of these main roster superstars, Braun Strowman, you got a steel cage, you got Kevin Owens, you got, oh my goodness, of course, the big dog versus Bobby Lashley. Hopefully that match delivers. I think it could be a cool event. Rusev might get his first ever world championship. There's a lot to be hype about for Extreme Rules. It's just, I hope they deliver, man. I hope they deliver. I hope it's not DiGiorno. Okay, I hope it is delivery. And ahoy! I will catch you guys. I'm actually going to be on Twitch after this. It's probably going to take me, I'd say, maybe a half an hour for me to get the show on the road. So if you guys, I would say not to wait around in the chat over there. Wait for my tweet. I'll be tweeting you guys when I go live. We're going to do the Nitty Gritty, which is my gaming and entertainment talk show where I show off the newest, hottest trailers from the movie industry, gaming industry, tell you some gaming news, all kinds of cool stuff like that. You guys get to vote. I have a special guest. It's all kinds of cool stuff. So come hang out on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Gritty Urban Saga. And if you can't make it there, just thanks for hanging out, and hopefully you'll check out some of my content that is here on YouTube. I released the third part of my Red Faction playthrough, which has me having some issues, of course, but it's fun. And I really enjoyed having you guys as part of the NXT Hangout, and I enjoyed having you as part of Grapple Chat. So, for me, Gritty Urban, for NXT, for the entirety of the WWE. Oh man, I got those rhymes today. Rhymes are on point, man. Like a pencil tip. I will catch you guys later. Gritty Urban, Grapple Chat. Ahoy.